Hi, folks. Welcome back to Pop Up Fizzle. I'm Jeff.
I'm Heidi.
And welcome back
Yay.
to Season 2 of Farscape.
Yay!
It feels like it's been a year since the last time we watched Farscape.
No, that's just
for you, it hasn't been. For you, it's only been a couple of weeks. Yeah. But for us, the last episode we watched was in 2020.
Yep.
And now it's 2021. So congratulations to us.
Yay.
It's a new year, a new season.
Look at us.
We're jumping back in.
Look at us.
Now, if you're unaware, if Farscape is the only thing you watch on our channel, Heidi is going through Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Yep.
We are reacting to WandaVision, which by the time you see this should be out, and those should be dropping weekly. And yeah, we got a lot going on. Yep. And then there's also a super secret thing that we haven't really mentioned yet that is going to be out probably by the time you see this. So,
did we mention it somewhere else?
I think we mentioned it on a podcast.
No.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. We mentioned it on the podcast.
Oh.
Did you want to say something?
No, I feel like we may have mentioned it on something that we had just for Patreons.
I mean, we could drop a hint like, you know, John Crichton actually works for the IASA, and right now he's just moonlighting as a part of Moya's crew. We could say that much like Sybil, Zan is the shepherd for our crew that kind of guides them morally and spiritually to where they need to go.
Oh, you've got them all, honey. I really can't. I can't do it.
What you talking about, Willis?
Well, there we go. So we got two truths and a lie there. So we'll have to see.
Anyway, we're here to watch Farscape. So enough about other shows and other things. We are so glad to be back with you. For us, it's been a little bit. For you, not so much. Yep. But I am so excited because as we're filming this, we're still watching Season 1 go up. We're still putting those episodes up. And it's so exciting to see you guys commenting and being a part of the conversation and telling us about, like, moments and episodes that were really exciting for you or were the moment that made it click for you.
Or if you have like watched all the behind the scenes things that we have yet to watch, just kind of giving us a little bit of insight from the cast and crew. So we love reading all of those comments. Thank you for joining in.
And I just surprised Heidi with some knowledge the other night when she was at work. Oh. I texted her that Paul Goddard, the actor who plays Stark, was actually in The Matrix, which we didn't know before.
Yeah.
And that's a gentleman who plays Scorpius, Wayne. I know his last name, Pericum?
We'll see it.
I'm probably mispronouncing that. But yeah, Scorpius was actually Senator Tarkin.
General? Senator?
He was senator.
Ooh.
Or no, senator, governor.
Governor.
He's the governor of a province. Governor Tarkin in Revenge of the Sith.
Wow.
Cool stuff. Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about where last we left the crew of Moya.
Ooh.
Heidi?
There's so much that happened, and it also has been a few weeks since we
I say Heidi
this.
Because Swiss cheese brain.
Yeah.
Actually, I do remember where we left off.
Okay, so
we left off with Dargo in especially dire straits, without oxygen, out in space.
Yep.
Letting go slowly of John's dad's ring. We know John was protected in his suit, but
and Aaron was there somewhere
trying to get to them in her prowler, but flying casually, as it were.
Fly casual,
so as not to be picked up by
any of the peacekeepers. Yeah.
And then we know that. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, Crace made off with Talon.
Crace made off with Talon, which is and then that sound effects provided by moi. And then also we know that Rigel and Chiana and Zan and Pilot and Moya
have starburst
away. At John's behest.
Yes.
You know, doesn't do them good to all get caught.
Nope.
So, yeah, we left them in pretty rough shape at the end of Season 1. And I know someone at this table was really, really distressed to find the words "to be continued" at the end of that episode. Rigel? No, Rigel knew what was coming.
No, I wasn't really excited about that.
Yeah.
I was
caught you by surprise.
No, I was more distressed about the other "to be continued." The
where he was in the Aurora chair.
Yeah, the two-parter there.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I know that there are several seasons, and I know that shows like to leave like season finales off on cliffhangers sometimes. So it was less distressing than that one. So, but I was like, what are they going to do? So, yeah, that.
Now, as always, before we jump into this, just to let you know, if you want to see the full unedited version of this reaction, you can find that on Patreon. Also, we ended the year with Patreon by having a bit of a contest to see how many people we could get to join Patreon toward the end of the year. And as long as you joined by January 1st, you were eligible to win a copy of my latest book, Shadow Plays, signed by myself and by Heidi. And we have picked a winner. So if you're a Patreon patron, make sure you check Patreon to see if you were the winner of that. And then, of course, when I edit, I'll put that name right down in here. So congratulations.
Congratulations.
I also want to make it clear that if you cannot sponsor us on Patreon, if you've got other life things happening, we understand that. We're not here to, try to run some big business. If so, we'd probably be reacting to different shows that would make our channel blow up overnight. We're here to watch shows that we enjoy or feel like we might enjoy, and to have you along for the ride. So you being here is really all that we could ask of you. Yes. If you can do extra and support us on Patreon, then hopefully we can have some fun over there. And if you want to support with a one-time thing via Cash App, we have that info down there as well.
Yep.
But totally not necessary. We appreciate the fact that you're here and that you're having conversations with us, engaging with us about this show.
And each other.
And about the other shows. Yeah. I know you've had some great comments on your Deep Space Nine reactions. Yeah. We had a lot of good reactions to some of the other shows, including The Mandalorian. So, yeah, we've really enjoyed this ride. We're a small channel still. But we appreciate every single one of you that have subscribed and joined us. Always fun to see that number tick up. But, we kind of like the way this is going. No pressure to be one of the big dogs. We're just kind of enjoying spending time together and spending time with you. Yes. And that's really kind of what it's about for us. We're not going to waste any more of your time. We're going to dive into the premiere episode for season 2, which is called Mind the Baby.
I'm so excited.
Are you ready, Heidi?
I am so ready.
Here we go.
Okay.
Man, this is getting old. Least you could do is talk in your sleep.
Hey.
Easy.
What would you like me to say?
Oh, how about great to be back?
Steady, Ingrid, steady.
You sure as hell were. Days. I don't know how many. I kind of lost track of time. Do you know who I am?
Yes, I recognize you, John, but I do not recognize this place. Am I dead? No! Am I dead?
No. You're not dead.
Careful.
I can't always get away on schedule. Don't forget I have to give Crichton a reason for my absence.
He still has no knowledge of our arrangement?
No.
It might facilitate matters if you explain to him.
No.
Eventually, you'll have to.
Did Moya get away?
Moya did, but Talon...
Talon?
Yeah, Moya's baby.
Awful name. What happened to him?
Grace happened. He made off with the baby.
We should never have let him live.
Yeah.
Who the yachts named him Talon?
I did, after my father. We don't even know if Moya is in range, and we can't outrun a command carrier, so we have to remain hidden until the carrier withdraws.
What if it never does?
Well, Scorpius can't look for us forever, and he can't even be certain that you survived.
Bad news, pilot?
Moya is returning to the asteroid field where she last saw Talon.
What?
There, you see?
Is Moira unclear on the concept of why we ran away?
Ugh. Yeah, I remember that. Gross. Why?
Ooh, those kyber crystals aren't easy to come by either.
No.
The Prowler eluded capture and continues to.
In a field of this size, we may never find it.
Time for a change of tactics.
Oi.
Sir, can I offer you a Tic Tac?
Moya has abandoned you.
Oh. I think not.
What are you doing? Power down your engines at once. Leaving the protection of the field right now is suicidal.
Talon, what's the matter? Show us. There's no reason to be afraid. I'm here. So is Grace. Talon, we want to help you. Please, let us see what's upsetting you.
Communications.
Broadband transmissions.
Talon is still too immature. No weapons, no starburst, and he continues to ignore my commands.
You can't command a Leviathan, you can only persuade.
Talon is part Leviathan, part Peacekeeper. He was designed to take orders.
1, 2, 3.
They're playing rock, paper, scissors.
Then I win.
No, I win. Paper wraps rock.
Oh, paper cannot possibly be rock.
It does. Paper beats rock.
Rock rips through paper.
Dargo, that's not how it works. Paper beats rock.
Unrealistic.
Well, it's the rules, and it's not supposed to be realistic. It's supposed to be entertaining. I have a question. How many times have we saved each other's lives?
I've lost count.
Safe to say more than once?
Sure.
Right, and how many times have you and I been close?
Just the once.
Not that.
Kind of close.
Ooh, okay.
Friend close.
Yes.
Right. Confirmation.
More than once.
Right, well, whatever our relationship is, we should be at a place where we can trust one another. I think you're holding something back.
In order to save your lives, I had to make a deal with Grace.
What?
Slow down. Stop.
Easy, Dargo.
What?
By the time I retrieved you, Moya had gone. You were both about to suffocate. And then Grace signaled me from Talon with the coordinates to an oxygen atmosphere asteroid.
This asteroid.
I never would have found it on my own. Not in time, anyway. I agreed to help calm Talon down. Teach him to start obeying Grace's orders.
Oh, well, that makes sense. You're helping Talon obey the guy who kidnapped him!
I didn't have another choice!
You should have let us die.
No, I couldn't have.
That offspring has weaponry. And you've put that weaponry within the grasp of Grace.
Oh, what would you prefer, Dargo? That Scorpius gets Talon or destroys Talon?
You look after her while I go and break Grace's neck.
Dargo, you couldn't break wind right now. I'm
Oh, Grace.
You think I don't know him? Shoot for it. 1, 2, 3.
Aha.
I'll see you.
His goals and ours may no longer conflict.
If he has deserted the peacekeepers, then his loyalties lie only to himself, which makes him more dangerous.
Fair.
Yep.
Not less.
The gunship is still...
Not my concern.
Oh my gosh.
Officer Sun won't tell me yet.
Building her trust
These
is
double
time-consuming,
crosses.
As is building the gunship's trust.
Crichton.
I know.
Hi.
Sorry. You know, I should have called, but I was in the neighborhood. Thought I'd drop in, say hi. How you doing?
Where's Officer Sun? Have you harmed her?
You're
No.
asking me if I've harmed Aaron? That's a winner, Grace. Do Spatians have a word for chutzpah?
What do you want, Crichton?
Oh, a couple of things. Your head on a platter, for starters. You want to have a midlife crisis? Fine.
And you got to have a hot rod to do that.
Yep.
Ditch the firm, head off to Maui, shack up with the supermodel, but you do not get to keep the Porsche. You don't get the keys to Moya's baby.
So what are you doing with him?
What, this guy? Putting this guy back in his cell.
Why wouldn't that be John? Oh, I mean, maybe virus or something. I don't know. Oh! That was a heck of a jump. Whoa!
Aki! How's my favorite Hynerian?
What is that?
Even I'm pleased to see you.
A slight case of the intons.
What?
It's a Hynerian airway seizure caused by very strong emotion.
Aw.
Aww.
I didn't know you had strong emotions in you, Sparky.
Other than greed, of course.
A simple reaction to the shock of seeing you again.
It is good to have you all back aboard. Well, I just wanted to see how you were.
I love you.
You what?
I love you.
Oh, yes, I did hear it the first time. You know what? I
love all living beings.
Oh, okay.
Seekers reopened my eyes to
The wonder of the spirit. I am now going to devote my life to enlightenment.
Okay.
Can we do that
Well, I think
later?
Overtake and engage.
Well, don't take your time or anything.
Sure, it's the command carrier pilot.
Yes, Talon sees the carrier. He's powering up his main cannon.
Excellent. Have him aimed dead amidships, right in Scorpius's sight.
He's aiming for Moya.
I don't like this plan, and I never will. So you better behave yourself with Talon and Aaron. Because if you hurt either one of them, I'm gonna hunt you down.
You hunt me down. That would complete the symmetry nicely, wouldn't it?
What's happening? Alan, what have you done? What is that?
Well, the Borg had to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Neural transponder.
Well, she's giving as good as she gets, considering it's 2-on-1.
We know that. But you cannot stay aboard here. You have 50 microns to get back to your prowler before we open that passageway into space. I am resigning my Peacekeeper commission effective immediately. As for Crichton. He is dead. I killed him with my bare hands.
Oh.
My brother is avenged. Here ends my report, Captain.
Fire from both Leviathans.
Easy.
Wow.
You know, that's what you sound like before you have your morning coffee.
Triton isn't dead. That's merely Krace's small attempt to take revenge upon me.
I do believe people can change. Don't you, John?
Well,
Guess you're gonna have to.
you have. Hmm? I am. But Grace.
That is it.
Wow.
For the first episode of season 2 of Farscape. Heidi, thoughts?
I really like that they kind of picked up all the strings that they kind of let out there for the season finale of season 1.
Sure.
I'm still very confused by Zan. I was like, this is like the most useless she's ever been, and I get that she needed to learn that she needed to be in the moment, but like, really,
it also may have been a case, and this is me speculating, but it may have been a case that they had so many things to tie together with other characters that they weren't sure what to do with her, or what they could do with her time. So they just needed to set her aside for this episode a little bit. But obviously, you wouldn't want a premiere episode and not see the whole cast.
Yeah, I guess. And I suppose, like, Chiana and Rigel were kind of the mouthpieces of the movements that were happening. So we didn't need a third person saying it.
Well, and it's very realistic for people to respond to trauma and to worry in different ways.
True.
Some people act out. Some people withdraw. I mean, as much as we've gotten to know these characters over the season, we've seen, they've all, as they were discussing there at the end, they've all changed so much.
Yeah.
And John's gone from being the scientist guy with the plan to being the gung-ho cowboy guy willing to go into any situation and mouth off at the scariest people.
Wow.
And Aaron's found compassion and the ability to care for people that aren't presently peacekeepers and or Aaron's son. We've seen them all change.
If you put it that way, I suppose it makes sense we can't have everybody be in action mode, but it was really frustrating. And I guess, that would be the reaction if it were, in any other situation, somebody withdraws like that and you're like, what are you doing? Why are you not helping? Why are you not? And people would have that actual, so, I mean, it was very realistic, but it was just like, okay, now's really not the time, but here we are. I love that Rigel just had just a tiny moment in there, just a little bit. But he was so excited to see them. It was really sweet. Chiana being Chiana with a leap, like she could be like Superman with that fly. Like
very,
he was
very cat-like, yeah.
Wow. And then, yeah, super cuddly John and Aaron at the end. And a confirmation, I think somebody mentioned it in our comments last season about that one episode when they thought they were back on Earth. How many times have we been close? She's like, just the once?
Right.
Okay, so now we know for sure.
Ixnay on the confession K.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was cute. But also, I feel like, too, I was going to say, when you're in a moment of high stress, sometimes you fall back on what and depending on, my reaction to stress, if the stress is on me, is different than if stress is on somebody I care about and I'm trying to pull them or lift them out of it. So depending on what the relationship is, I may respond with humor in a situation that most people wouldn't think to respond with humor because it's the relationship that I have with that person and the shortcut to getting them out of where they are. And other times it may be compassion or whatever, or a softer approach. So I think for Zan being who she is, for her safe place, and we just kind of saw toward the end of the season how she stepped away from that path. So for her, I think it was just a return to, this is what I know, this is what feels safe.
And that's true. They that episode where it was separated to three Moyas, she actually put on her priest robes again. Right. So she, I guess that's where she goes when things are stressful, which is fine. It's okay. But it was just.
But I do get what you're saying, that she's normally at least if not in on the action, she's at least the voice of wisdom and reason.
The sounding board, somebody that you can actually bounce the ideas off of, who can temper things just a little bit.
And this is where I would turn to you, because so many of you have listened to the commentary, so obviously we're not doing that right now because we don't want to have anything spoiled for us or anything like that until we're done. But if they've talked about why Zan had this sort of positioning in this episode, I'd like to know.
Yeah, I would love to know the reasoning. Yeah, for sure.
Talon, seems to have made a clear choice here.
Yep.
The consequences of that,
we'll just have to find out.
I guess we'll see. But yeah, as far as your comment about John and Aaron, I think when you've been through the kind of stuff they have, especially in the last 4 episodes of season 1.
Yeah, there's a
lot.
And
it's like all of this could come to an end any minute. So if we have feelings for each other, why beat around the bush about that? Why play games? Why, let's just feel what we feel and go with it.
And it's comforting. And
it's clearly not defined or any sort of, pressure. It's just, this is us being comfortable with each other. Yeah. And it's sweet.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Anyway, any other thoughts before we go?
No, I'm just so excited that we're watching again, and I cannot wait to see the next episode. We're actually going to be filming it in a moment.
Oh, yeah. You're totally going to see us watching episode 2 in these same clothes.
Yes.
So, anyway, we will let you go here. Again, if you want to see the full-length reaction, you can find that on Patreon. If you want to support us via Cash App, that information is down there as well. And also, those of you that haven't checked out our podcast, we wish you'd do that. We talk about a lot of things there, including, some of the shows that we react to here and some of the movies we've seen, that kind of thing. But also, bigger topics when things are announced and that kind of thing. We go in all sorts of directions. It's kind of our platform for talking about whatever we want to talk about. So that link is always in the description as well. We hope you'll join us for that.
Yes.
Anyway, that's it for us. Until next time, folks.
Bye.
Bye.